All right. Hello, hello, hello out there. Listen, guys, I am so sorry. I know you haven't seen a video from me in a couple of days, and let me just tell you why. I've had one video that has been loading up for 2 days. I don't know why it's taking so long. It's only like about 23, 24 minutes long. But I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys directly. Um, there is a huge push on YouTube for content creators to start sharing their on YouTube, and mainly what they're doing is pushing small content creators. There is a need for truck drivers to start sharing their expertise. Guys, we have so many young drivers out there. I personally have been in this industry for 23, almost 34 years, and I have loved every bit of experience that I've had in the trucking industry. Um, but there's a lot of young drivers out there that are making mistakes that they need your help and your expertise in. When you see them out there, guys, instead of talking about them for not being able to back, why are you not out there helping these young drivers? You used to be one yourself. If you're at a shipper or a receiver and you see them out there struggling, lend a hand. Do you know how many times I've been on a customer lot and seen some woman driver or some male driver who's brand new? They've only been out there for a couple of months and they're struggling, y'all. This is what trucking used to be. And I'm going to need more of y'all to be able to get out there and start helping. By the way, my name is Dee Sova. Like I said, I've been in the trucking industry for 34 years. I love being a woman who can say that. I've had some great experiences here in trucking, and my whole goal on this channel is to help y'all to be better, because being better can lead to some extraordinary opportunities depending on who you work for. You need to start your YouTube channel. You need to get comfortable putting the camera up somewhere, either turning your phone sideways or getting your phone to the point where you have it like this. You're doing a vertical live, but you need to come before the audience of people that are waiting to hear from you. Like, there are so many people who are researching the trucking industry, and there's going to be drivers who are going to be leaving this industry, y'all. They're going to be leaving. They're going to be retiring out. Some people are just turning in their trucks because they don't feel like it serves them anymore, or they're trying to learn a new industry. They're going to a new industry, and you got the goods. If you're an owner operator, you need to be out here. If you are a company driver, you need to be here on YouTube. Stop wasting your time looking at everybody live their best life on trucking on YouTube, and you're not doing anything. It is time for content creators to start rising. You don't have to start with anything fancy. You'll learn all the tricks and trades and everything. First thing you got to do is get on here and start sharing. Hello, my name is Dee Sova. I am a CDL instructor at Prime Inc. I've been in the trucking industry for 34 years. Here's what I do a day in my life, and take video of little clips. Find yourself an editor. If you have an iPhone, you can use iMovie and put all those clips together on iMovie. After you put them all together on iMovie, then you're going to save it to your camera roll. Once you and while you are in iMovie, if you have an iPhone, you can put titles on each clip that you're sharing. There's an editor where you tap on the clip that you're sharing. You'll look down and you'll see a T. The T is for you to write text. You'll pick one of those that you want to use to write, and then say what's in that clip. And then save that to your camera roll. Give it a title, so each one of your videos has a title. You can start with your cell phone. You don't have to wait to have fancy equipment, know how to use all this technology. Right now, if you want to be one of the content creators that gets your channel monetized, guys, it is as simple as turning your phone sideways, talking to your audience for 15, 20 minutes, putting a description on your video, and then loading it up onto iMovie, saving it to your camera roll, and then uploading it to YouTube. Put a description in there, put in hashtags like hashtag subscribe, hashtag like, hashtag work, hashtag CDL, hashtag CDL trainer, or whatever you do, hashtag flatbed, hashtag tanker. All of these things will start getting those people who are looking for that information to your page. What did you say? So if I come to Prime, complete training, do I have to go home and then to the CDL test at the DMV? No. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get your permit before you come. You're going to contact our recruiting office, 417-866-0001. Contact recruiting and start talking to that person. Once you talk to that person, they're going to tell you what you need to do. So if I were you right now, I would be studying for all the things you need for your permit test. You want to try to get the tanker endorsement. I would get all of them. If I was coming into trucking right now, first go to your local DMV, get the CDL handbook, and start studying. When you're ready, go in there and test, and then call our recruiters, or you can call them before and let them tell you what else you need. Once you start working with the recruiter, and you got all your documents in, they may ask you for your driver's license, a copy of your permit. They may ask you for a birth certificate. If you're from another country, they'll ask you for your passport. They will also ask you for maybe a resident card. Maybe you're not a resident of the United States yet, but you're coming here to work, and they'll tell you all the details of everything you need. Once you pass all of that, they will get you either on a Greyhound bus, or they'll give you the opportunity to spend the money for a flight, because they're not going to pay for a flight. They will pay for you to get on Greyhound and get here to Springfield, so be ready for that. When you come to Prime, you need to have at least 7 days worth of clothes. If you can pack it all up in one duffel bag and you can add 14 days, that's even better. Don't be bringing a bunch of fancy clothes. You're coming into the trucking industry. Don't bring your jewelry, your best tennis shoes. Bring those stuff. You're about to become a truck driver. Okay, it's snowing outside in most states. Like, it's not snowing here today, but I wouldn't put it past currently coming to Springfield and it starts to snow. We are still in the wintertime. Colorado gets snow. Wyoming gets snow. Idaho gets snow. All of the East Coast gets snow. So you want to come dressed and ready for that. When you talk to the recruiter, they are going to share all of those things with you. But I'm giving you a heads up so that you are already prepared. When you talk to that recruiter, you already got your permit. And then they'll tell you everything else. Once you get all of the details settled and you leave your hometown, you get to Prime, you are going to stay at our campus inn. Over there, you've got classes you got to take. They're going to do a urine test on you, maybe a hair test. They are going to do a background check on you. Every document that the recruiter told you to have, you need to have it with you when you arrive at Prime Inc. Otherwise, you're going to end up getting sent back home. Once you get all those things, you finish all the classes that are in orientation. Remember, orientation is only going to be clearing you for background so that you can start training at Prime. There's 2 phases to our training. So once you clear orientation, your background check is clear, They will make a green card that looks similar to this one right here. It's going to have a number on it, your name, and you are going to be assigned a driver code. Then you'll land in our classroom and you will start your day one of training in the classroom. You'll come over there. You'll be given a welcome presentation either by myself or by the other instructor that we have, Dave Meineke. I'm Dee Sova. And then you will be placed with a trainer to do your one-on-one training. Please do not study any pre-trip prior to coming to Prime. And here's why. There is a new modernized pre-trip and a new modernized backing that is now out there. We've been training our students on it since December 2023, and now it's slowly starting to roll across the country. So if you've seen me or other videos, either here on YouTube or on TikTok or Instagram, where somebody is showing you how to do the pre-trip, do not use those videos. Use what we give you when you get to the classroom. You'll be given a sheet with your driver code, and you're going to have to keep record when you work with your trainer of any classes that you take, how many hours a day you study pre-trip, and backing when you start working with your trainer. Some of you will be given an over-the-road trainer. Some of you will be given a local trainer. You don't have a choice on that unless you're coming over to train under your friend or a family member. Like say you're a husband, your wife is coming over. So that's all of the steps. So once you get placed with your trainer, if you don't have your CDL, they are going to work with you for approximately 2 to 3 weeks to help you to learn and master that pre-trip, backing, and driving. Once they feel that you're ready, they will contact their fleet manager. The fleet manager will then contact the examiners and put you on the test schedule. And then you'll be tested, starting with the pre-trip. Here in Springfield, for that pre-trip inspection, it is 6 pages that you need to learn. Do not go to YouTube as your source for learning the pre-trip. You might learn pre-trip so that when you get your own truck, you can use it when you get your own truck, but it's not going to serve you during training. We have very few trainers that have the actual current pre-trip inspection that we have to do. So you want to make sure you're getting the right one. Let me see. The other. So once you finish that training with your first trainer, which is your PSD trainer, your second trainer may not be the same person. Depending on if you got a trainer that does PSD training, which is where you're getting your CDL, you're learning what you need to get it, or if you're doing TNT, you'll have to do 30,000 miles with another type of trainer. They're going to show you on the job how to do the job. And so there's 2 phases, PSD training and TNT training. Once you finish that, you'll go through what we call an upgrade process, and then you will get your own truck either as a company driver or as a lease operator, and that is up to you. I do not recommend that a brand new driver get into a lease program. You first need to find out if you can handle doing this job alone, if you can manage your time, manage traffic, manage weather. You're going to, for the first year that you're running, when you get your own truck, you need to prove to your fleet manager that you are a runner. And then you need to learn these freight lanes that are out here, where the money is. And then once you become a driver, you don't want to be refusing loads, because those loads that you get, they're eventually going to lead to a better paying load. And so you have got to be able to learn everything that you need to know about trucking and see if this is even for you. Everybody that comes into this industry is not meant to be in the trucking industry driving a truck. And I'm going to be point blank clear about that. Ghost Town Bully says, learn the game before you start leasing. Amen, amen. I can't tell you how many times people come over here and they've watched our YouTubers who are lease operators and they think that this is going to be easy. None of this is going to be easy. So the first step is be a company driver. Do it for 6 months to a year. And when you see what those lease payments are like and what it costs for your insurance and your APU generator, all the added fixed costs that come with leasing, it is not for everybody. We also have mini fleets at Prime. Sometimes the mini fleets will pay you more than what the company will pay you. You'll still be a company driver, but you're working under a mini fleet who is paying you a little bit more. So think about it before you just jump into this industry, guys. You need to get over here, and maybe not necessarily at Prime. I just work at Prime. So I'm going to talk to you about it because I personally love this company. I've been here almost 10 years, the end of this year. And this is the longest I've stayed at any company. That tells you a lot. We have a lot of people who have been here 10 years, 15 years, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 plus years here at Prime. That is what makes me stay, because if those people are staying there, there's something to this company. But I'm not here to plug Prime. Wherever you go, I started the conversation off talking about Prime because I work here. But wherever you go, guys, you got to make sure that you are doing your homework before you come to these companies. Check out their website. See what their company culture is. What do they believe in? Is there an opportunity for you to grow as a driver at the company? What are the medical benefits? Are you going to have a fleet manager assigned to you, or is multiple people going to tell you what to do? What type of training? Am I local? Am I going to be over the road? Am I going to be regional? Am I going to work in my state, or do I got to go all 48 states? Those are things that you definitely need to know. If you're brand new and you've never left your home state, all of this is going to be scary in the beginning. But let me tell you something. When I came into trucking, y'all, I was 24 years old. I had 4 kids. I was going through a divorce from my ex-husband, who was an over-the-road truck driver who was doing drugs all over the country. I had to get on welfare to support my kids, and I was living off $700 a month plus food stamps. Trucking literally pulled me and my family out of poverty. And when I look back 34 years ago, I thought I was only going to be in trucking for 10 years. Okay, 10 years was the maximum. That would have gave me enough time, to get my daughters through high school and off to college or whatever they wanted to do. But I ended up loving this industry this much, and it saved my life and it saved my family. So that's why I'm a huge, huge, huge proponent for you coming into this industry. But again, this is not for everybody. And if you go further and you don't decide to be a company driver and you want to go buy your truck, you want to try to drive as a company driver as long as you can to learn about what it takes to operate a company. So let's say you're a company driver and you're going all over the place in your home state or all over the country. Every time you fuel, you need to take note of how much it's costing you to pay for fuel. If you are leasing a truck, you need to see what the insurance costs are. When you are a true owner operator, y'all, you got to put your big boy and your big girl panties on. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's not for the weak. You got to be able to pay for hauling loads in every single state if you're going to do over-the-road trucking as an owner-operator. As a company driver, you're going to go wherever they tell you to go, and it's their cost. But at the same time, if you know that in the future you're going to want to own your own truck, Learn everything you possibly can. Now, the other thing I want to say is you're going to meet all types of drivers from all of these companies that are out there, and you're going to have to take what they say as a grain of salt. Some of them will tell you the truth about what they're earning. Some will lie and tell you they're making more than what they really are. And the truth of the matter is, guys, you don't want to uh, be bamboozled because this person is trying to get you over to their company because the company is paying them recruiting fees. There's a lot of companies, including my own, where drivers will try to get you over here just to get that money. Be smarter than that and do your homework. And I love Prime, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to tell you anything that is going to keep you from flourishing in this industry. Hello, Angelo. How are you? Long time no see. But anyway, I'm going to tell you the truth. Most of my career, the first 22 years that I was in the trucking industry, I was a company driver. Then I went to Swift for 2 years, and then I came over here to Prime. And I will tell you, I learned a lot during this process. I will honestly tell you, this is not for weak people. If you're going to do over the road trucking, you better be ready for this career. Okay. Some of these companies, you want to make sure if you're going to pair with a company that you pair with one that has a pretty good reputation, and the drivers love working for them, yada yada yada. Do your homework. Check out the company's website. Then you talk to drivers. Talk to a recruiter at that company and find out what the recruiter is going to pay you, or is going to tell you about the company. Just remember that the recruiter's job is to get you over here, over at the company, whatever company it is. All of the recruiter's job is to get you there. So keep that in mind when you're talking to these recruiters. If you've already checked with other drivers that work for the company that you're interested in working in, and you're set on doing the things that they like for you, that if you're set on going to that company, don't walk into it blind. That's all I'm telling you. There's a lot of great companies out there. I happen to work for one that I love, but just because I love it doesn't mean it's the company for you. You said, yes, yes, you are an honest person like myself. I drove for 15 years. What are you doing now, Angelo? I haven't seen you in a long time. But anyway, do your homework. Get out here. There is money to be made in trucking, but it all depends on you and if you are willing to work for it. A lot of times people just come in over the fantasy of driving. They think it's going to be this beautiful experience. I'm going to go tour the country. We've got women out there who want to make sure that you know how beautiful they are, but they're not quite telling you how hard it is to work. They just do a video for you to come and start watching their pages so they can get monetized. And depending on the type of driving that you do, that's going to determine, you know, how long you stay in the industry and how long you stay with the current company. So you said taking care of mental health and your son needed you home. You took a long break from the road. So were you at Swift? Was it Swift that I worked with you? Yes, it was Swift. So good for you for doing that. So sorry, had a phone call. I left off where you were at the PSD training. So you'll have to go back when I post this video because I got to get ready to go back. I just wanted to hop on here live and really encourage those of you who are coming into the trucking industry. Yep, I remember that. But for those of you who are coming into the trucking industry, make sure you document this whole journey. Okay, so let's say you've gotten your permit, you've gone through a training program, a truck driving school, a college, a trade school that offers CDL training. However, you came in, you got your CDL. Now you're going to work for these companies. All this process, you need to be taking videos, sharing with your audience what it is that the journey was like. Leading up to you actually having your own truck and a day in your life videos. Please don't record while you're driving. Companies are firing people for that. So make sure you're sitting somewhere like in a truck stop or at a shipper or receiver. Your phone is sideways and you're just telling what it was like. And the reason I encourage y'all to do that and do it on YouTube is because you can create passive income right here on YouTube just by sharing your life. The other reason is when I was younger, I didn't have cell phones and the sophisticated technology that you all have right now. So I didn't get to record a lot of my history in this trucking industry. When I came in, y'all, I was 24 years old. I am now 58 years old. Do the math, that's 34 years. There's a lot of time when I did not record. If you scroll down my channel, you'll see some of the videos from when I was a local driver in California. I had been working for temp agencies. I've worked for all different types of companies over the 34 years. And so thank you. But anyway, I didn't get a chance to share all the things the way that you guys can share now. If you're not paying attention, a lot of these companies have cameras in their truck, forward facing and inward facing cameras. I watched a TikTok video where some driver at a company got fired because he had his woman in the truck and they were doing their business and the company was sitting there watching. Guys, you need to even tell about that process, but do not disrespect your company while you're coming over here sharing with us and they're the ones that are paying you. Don't get fired over some foolishness. Anyway, y'all, I got to go. I got some students coming in like 15 minutes. My lunch break is over. I just wanted to pop on here real quick, and I will be doing this every single week, answering your questions. You can reach out to me in some of the videos that I currently have, and I will respond. But my whole goal is to help you. My role right now, I'm a CDL instructor. I am the Highway Diamonds coordinator, so I get to work with our women drivers. I'm also on America's Road Team through the American Trucking Association as a veteran captain, and I'm also on the Women in Motion board, the founding board for this women's organization. And this has allowed me to get on national television, y'all. I've been on CNN, NBC Nightly News, Fox 40, Fox 29, the Tamron Hall Show twice, all talking about the trucking industry. And in October, I won an award called the John Lex Premier Achievement Award in Nashville, Tennessee. And so I do have the experience, but I'm not the sum total of all knowledge. What I'm doing right now is getting y'all prepared to come in this industry, answering industry questions, and just sharing the knowledge that I do have. So I'm going to ask you to hit that thumbs up, hit like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you can start getting future notifications when I'm coming on the air or loading up a video or have a video coming. Anyways, be safe out there and have a blessed, wonderful day. Bye. I'm trying to get off here and I don't know how. All right. I'm going to copy that and get off.